Welcome to The Becks, a podcast that explores multimedia horror with hosts Becky and Sydney. Join us as we talk about movies, books, video games, music, and much, much more.
Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks. Welcome back. We're still talking about something very bad is going to happen. We are talking about episodes 5 and 6.
Getting so close to the end to know what's happening.
Yeah, there's 8 total, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So episode 5 is called I Think You Just Saved My Life. And in this episode, they have the rehearsal dinner and starts out okay.
And they're still at his parents' cabin in the woods. That's where everything is happening.
Yeah.
Do you not feel like there were a ton of people at this rehearsal dinner?
Oh my God, there were so many people.
I mean, usually the rehearsal dinner is just the people that are in the wedding and the bride and groom's parents. I was like, why are there so many people? And again, Rachel doesn't know anybody.
Nope.
So, yeah. Super uncomfortable.
Yeah. Kind of right at the start is Rachel and Jules getting back from the whole her dad kidnapped her crazy adventure.
She knows she's cursed.
Yeah.
If she doesn't believe that Nikki is her soulmate, then she's going to die. And if she just runs away, then he's going to get the curse and his family will all die. I mean, eventually, whatever, but...
Which isn't... She didn't tell Jules that part.
No.
Not immediately, anyway.
But Jules does know about... I mean, we told you before, he knows about the curse and asked her if she believed it, and she said yes.
And he believes it.
Yeah.
And he climbs into bed, and his wife Nell is like, where the fuck have you been? And it cuts away, but the implication is that he tells her all about it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's skeptical, which I feel like is fair.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I would be skeptical.
Well, yeah, I think we all would be. I mean, that's kind of weird. Yeah. Anyway.
They're at, like, the pre-party for the rehearsal dinner, and she's meeting everybody, and she's drinking a lot of wine. Everyone keeps asking her where she and Nikki met, and so she tells this story about how she was too scared to get on a plane. You know, it's the last passengers boarding, cute guy shows up, cute guy being Nikki, and he helps her calm down, and neither of them get on the plane, and she tells him, or he tells her, I think you just saved my life. And he ends up driving her back to her destination.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Yeah. 3 years later or whatever.
Yeah. Now, the night also kind of opens up with a toast from Nikki's dad, talking about how he and Nikki's mom met, which is a weird story.
Yeah.
She had, like, accidentally cut her finger off and went to the ER, and he was leaving. He was a resident there. Not part of the ER, just a resident at the hospital. And she was, like, cursing him out to get him to sew her finger back on. And he did. Which is not how anything works.
No, not at all. It's psychotic and insane. And what? What?
Anyway, it's supposed to be this really cute, like, fate story or whatever. And then Nikki's father's like, yeah, so give advice to the happy couple.
Oh, boy.
So then the rest of the night, she's telling her story, but then she and Nikki are also just getting terrible fucking relationship advice from everyone.
Yeah. And she's drinking a lot to deal with what's happening. Like, every time the waiters pass by or the servers pass by, she's getting a drink.
And this is where Nikki says that the caterer at the party is actually the dude that had the baby that punched him at the beginning.
Yeah,
and yeah, they
right.
went to elementary school together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which in light of this episode, I trust Nikki way less.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Things get really bad.
So the first time Jules overhears this meet cute story of how she and Nikki ended up getting together, he's suspicious. He's like, not of Rachel.
No.
He's just like, something about the story is weird to me. I don't understand it. And he's like, I thought you met in March. And then it was.
Yeah, because Nikki avoided Jules' wedding.
Yes.
He didn't come, and he said it was because he had met Rachel and was driving her across the country.
Well, actually, he said that he had the flu.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And
that's right.
Then had said that he had met Rachel later.
That's right. I forgot about the flu part.
Yeah, Nikki hid the fact that he had met Rachel in February.
And there's a reason behind that.
So Jules ends up...
Douchebag.
Yeah.
Sorry, he just, yeah.
So, well, okay, this is bad enough, but there's one other thing that he did that absolutely sent me over the fucking edge. Okay, so Jules he starts like stalking Instagram. He's like, I swear to God, because Nellie asks him what he's doing. And he says, I swear to God, Nikki was with girl Nikki. In February, because they had posted about each other on Valentine's Day or something. And he's like, but I can't remember her name. And Nell is like, can you just not ruin it?
Yeah.
Can we just get through tonight? Like,
but you can tell that Jules really, I think he's tired of his baby brother being the baby and getting away with everything. So there's some sibling rivalry there.
There is a degree to that.
Yeah.
Definitely, there's a degree of that.
But I also think he's trying to save Rachel's life.
He was definitely looking out for Rachel.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Because, he believes in the curse, and he's like, shit, Nikki he's very concerned. Because, again, Rachel needs to be 100% that Nikki is her soulmate, or she dies at the altar, so...
Yeah, not good.
So then... Rachel's in the middle of saying the spiel again, and he's like, how come the gate agent never called his name?
Yeah.
And I think Rachel knew immediately.
Yeah, her face kind of dropped, like, she's like, oh yeah, why didn't the gate agent ever call his name? You know, I guess you don't think about that because you're in that moment. Here's this cute guy, you're terrified to fly, and there he is saving you. Yeah.
Nikki's reaction, I think, is what really clued Rachel in more than anything else. Because Nikki immediately was like, shut up, man. Stop talking.
Yeah, let it go. Leave me alone. You don't know what you're doing.
And Rachel's
blah,
like,
blah.
no, I want to know. Why didn't the gay agent call your name? And Jules is like, because he wasn't a passenger. He was supposed to fly out of the airport to come to my wedding. You know, and he's confronting Nikki at the same time because he's upset. He was upset that his brother wasn't at his wedding. To find out that he was lying about the reason because he had just suffered a bad breakup and immediately rebounded.
Same day.
Same fucking day.
Same day they broke up.
And he was too embarrassed to go to his brother's wedding by himself. Which is so stupid because he could have literally just gone to the wedding and said that the girlfriend had the stomach flu.
Exactly.
And then a week or two later been like, yeah, we broke up. It wasn't working out.
Exactly. But boys can be dumb.
Now, keeping in mind, this is in front of everyone.
The entire room of all these strangers and all these people that she literally had just told the story to. And it's just insane. And she had to stand in front of these people and they were giving her marriage advice. Like, you know, you just stare into your eyes for 5 minutes straight. And
Yeah, and Jules tells Rachel, I think I just saved your life.
Yeah.
But again, he doesn't know about the part of the curse where if she runs away at this point, the curse passes on to Nikki's family.
And they will die.
Which includes Jules.
Yeah, Jules and Jules' son.
Yes.
Jules is already married.
They're having problems. It's clear.
Yeah. The whole bathtub scene and the anger and...
Yeah, that's not a normal relationship.
No.
Everything's very, very dysfunctional.
Yeah.
So Nikki at this point starts punching the ever-loving fuck out of Jules. Like, he goes hard. I was like, oh shit. Rachel just leaves.
Yeah.
Which is fair, because again, she's in front of all those people. They're all staring at her.
Well, and how embarrassing for her to be telling this whole story and thinking, and I mean, I guess it's not embarrassing when you look at it, but she's embarrassed because she thought that story was true. And so you're gonna just want to remove yourself because you're embarrassed that you told this story, and then you're fucking pissed.
Yep.
That the man that you've been in love with for 3 years, your whole meeting was a lie.
Yeah.
Everything he's told you was a lie.
Uh-huh.
No matter what your relationship is, how it began was a lie. And that can be pretty detrimental.
Yeah, because the whole thing was, Rachel was like, this was fate. It was fate how we met. And Jules was like, well, clearly it wasn't, because he was just lying to you.
Yeah.
You know, you weren't sharing a flight. She goes to leave, and the waiter runs into her and spills wine on her. So she has to clean up anyway, and she changes into like a t-shirt. Nikki comes back, and he's so apologetic, and oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And she's super mad, and at this point, she makes another connection. Nikki is the one who sent the invitation to her dad, which makes sense in light of this other lie, but I was blindsided by that because I figured it was somebody else in the family.
I thought it was Portia or the mom.
Yes, those
because
two.
They were trying to make her, be more family oriented because they were or whatever. Yeah, so it was kind of like, he did what? Knowing how she felt about her father. Knowing that she didn't want her dad around.
Yeah, no contact with for 14 years. Insanity.
Yeah.
That right there, that would permanently postpone the wedding for me. Especially because, not that Nikki knows this, because she didn't tell Nikki about the curse or anything. She just climbed into bed and whatever. Because she didn't want to burden him with it. But her dad literally kidnapped her.
Yeah.
And then made her watch a video of her father cutting into her dead mother.
Yeah.
And that's actually how she was born. Fun fact. Literally. No. It's a no for me. So, Portia knocks on the door. She's interrupting their argument. Because Nikki gets very self-righteous. He's like, you're going to throw away our whole relationship over this? And it's like...
That may be how it started, but think about all the years and how much love we have and everything we've been through. But still, again, and this is why people say you don't enter into a relationship with lies. Because when you do, it comes back to haunt you. And it will make a partner second guess every single thing that happened in your relationship. Because the first part of it was based on a huge lie.
Yep.
So anyways, Portia's at the door. She's such a bitch.
Yeah, especially because this is the one time that Rachel kind of stands up to her. Because Portia's like, dinner served, we gotta go. Oh yeah, the power goes out. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
She's like, dinner served by candlelight. And Rachel's like, all right. And she goes to leave. And Portia's like, you're in a t-shirt. Like, you need to change. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. And she just keeps going. And Portia's like, she looks poor.
She can't wear a t-shirt to dinner. She looks poor. I love that line.
So then at dinner, it's super awkward, but then Rachel makes it more awkward, which good for her. Although I did get secondhand embarrassment from it a little bit. Even though I know the curse is real, funny enough, she raises the glass as if for a toast and she tells everybody about the curse. Nicky clearly does not believe her. He thinks she's having some kind of mental break.
Yeah.
And nobody else really believes it except Jules. And then she's like, that's when she reveals too that she's gonna die tomorrow, because if she doesn't marry Nicky and die, then the curse will go to everybody in that family, which Jules did not know about. I am actually dying to know if Jules would have done what he had done if Rachel had told him about that part. Because the interesting thing is, Jules seems to actually... Because, I mean, at first I really thought he was a fucking creep and just a shitty person. And I think he still is kind of a shitty person. But I do think that he actually does care about Rachel.
I think at this point, yes, he does. I think he's trying to save her because he realized she was the baby and whatever.
Yeah, because he's like, it was fate for me to be in that cabin because I know how to save you.
Which I thought was weird because he's saying it was fate for them. And it's almost like, okay, so he's going to divorce what's-her-face, or, you know, they're having problems. And so for me, at this point, I was like, is he trying to hook up with Rachel to, like, be, well, I'm the one that it was fate, and it should be me, because he was coming on so strong. Like, he didn't like her to begin with.
That's an interesting perspective.
And so I was like, is this fucker just trying to, he's going to leave his wife and be like, I'm the one that was there. I'm the one that saw it. I'm going to save you. We're meant to be together. I just didn't know. It was weird. You know, the whole scene with him coming into the bedroom with the wedding dress, hotter. You know, it's just, it was weird. So I was confused. I'm like, is this guy just trying to, yeah, I don't know.
And that's where the episode ends.
Can you imagine someone standing up at a rehearsal dinner and being like, I'm going to die tomorrow. And if I don't, you're all going to die. You know?
I'm cursed.
Yeah,
Fun fact.
I have this curse that if I don't marry my soulmate, everybody's dead, or I'm dead, or whatever. Oh.
So the next episode is called Last Night of Freedom. And Rachel wakes Nell up out of a dead sleep and is like, hey, you want to go do something illegal and like morally suspect with me? And Nell's like, let me get dressed. Which is the kind of friendship I want.
Yeah, they're kind of getting to be pretty good friends, it seems.
So they break into it's like a courthouse or like a records building.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's the courthouse, like the county clerk's office or whatever, where they keep all the records.
It's so that they can try to look at birth, wedding, and death certificates.
For Rachel's family.
Yeah, and trying to see who lived and died. You know, because obviously enough people lived for Rachel to be born.
Yep.
That's the thing is, like, with a curse like this, it's totally possible for a bloodline to keep completely, like, run out.
Yeah.
So, death isn't gonna get one over on them forever. Because if their luck is poor enough, then they're just all gonna die, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Nell notices that the wedding certificates all have the same witness signature. And she's like, this can't be right. Like, this doesn't make any sense. And Rachel's like, no, it's the 200-year-old guy that told me everything. Like, that's who it is. And I was like, what?
What do you mean, the 200-year-old guy?
Yeah. So they do end up finding one woman who was married for 57 years. And Rachel's like, we need to talk to her. Well, she died in the 90s, and Rachel's like, I don't care, we need to talk to her. So obviously they're going to do like a seance or a Ouija board thing or whatever. Now, happening at the same time is Nicky gets invited to hang out with his dad. You find out that it's a fox hunt. And also Jules is there.
And okay, why would you go? You're fighting. You got in a fist fight the night before. You're both angry. And why are you hunting foxes the night before your wedding?
Because it's they used to do it, and it's a big manly bonding time thing. Okay. Well, and it's clear Jules and Nicky don't want to go, but it makes their dad happy. That's why they went. Mm-hmm. Even fighting. Nicky and Jules have a big fight. Oh, you know what? I don't think we've talked about how the fact that Nell is Nicky's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we mentioned that at all. That was always weird and cringy, like, from the beginning.
For who?
Jules. Because he was the one that was paranoid about it. I don't think Nell cared. I don't think she had any problem with Nicky being with Rachel. I think Rachel thought it was a little odd that was his ex and she was now married to his brother, but I don't think she felt like Nell was a threat after she met her.
No.
And Nicky, I don't think he gave a shit either. But Jules... Yeah.
Well, Nicky is trying to call Rachel. And Rachel doesn't have her phone. Like, she's not paying any attention to it. She's deep in the records, right? And she doesn't want to fucking talk to him anyway. Which is fair.
Because he's a liar.
And even Nicky's dad is like, you can't have a conversation with her if she doesn't pick up the phone. So why don't you just give it a rest? Mm-hmm. So Nicky and Jules have their argument. That's when you kind of learn more about how Jules is resentful that Nicky was so sheltered. And how Jules feels like their parents hid a lot from all the kids, but especially Nicky. Because he was the baby. Mm-hmm. And right in the middle, a fox gets trapped in one of the traps. It starts screaming. It's horrible.
I don't like that. I don't like trapping.
So they go to kill the fox. So they go to the trap and find that the fox has chewed off its own leg to escape.
Which they will do.
Which, also, I was like, oh, this is symbolism. I'm like, I don't know how exactly, but I know that this is symbolism. So at this point, Jules is like, I don't give a fuck about this fox anymore. I'm done here. By the way, me and Nell are getting a divorce. Good talk. See you guys later. And Nicky's father immediately is, do not tell your mother, which I thought was insane. I get it to a degree, but not like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, son. That's really hard. I'm so sorry you're going through that. We're here for you. What are you going to do about your kid? No, it was just like, oh my God, do not tell your mother.
Well, the kid wasn't even Nell's, right? The son was from the first marriage. It was Nell's stepson.
Oh, I missed that, I think.
Oh, yeah. So, it's like nobody has any concern with anything other than the mother. Mm-hmm. The wedding turned into the mother's last hurrah. Oh, you're getting a divorce? Well, keep your mouth shut till your mom dies.
Yeah.
Whatever. Your problems don't matter because your mom's dying.
Well, especially...
Which I understand not telling her, but he could at least be, okay, please don't tell your mom. Let's not upset her anymore, but I'm here for you. Whatever you need, talk to me, blah, blah, blah. But he doesn't, all he cares about is she's not to know.
Well, and that's the other thing, too, is, like, I'm sure Jules maybe would have wanted to talk to his mom about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that you want to talk to your parents about. I mean, maybe not. This family's weird, but, You know, just to be like, do not tell your mother, period.
Yeah.
Nicky and his dad split up to go search for the fox. Nicky almost gets lost, but ends up finding his dad, like, sitting.
Nicky gets obsessed with finding that fox. It's weird.
Yeah.
Crazy obsessed. Maybe
Again,
that's symbolism, too.
Symbolism, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He does end up finding his dad. His dad has the fox paw in his hand, and he's like, yeah, Jules is right. I shouldn't, like, me and your mother hid some things from you guys, and we shouldn't have.
We, like, gave you an unrealistic view of what marriage and relationships are, and it was unfair to you.
Mm-hmm. And then he reveals something, but we don't find out until a little later. So then it cuts back to Nell and Rachel, and they get back to the cabin very late for the bachelorette party.
Which Portia's pissed.
Yes, because she planned it. And it's a very stereotypical bachelorette party with penises and whatever. Very tired, by the way. And so Portia, like, threatens Rachel. She's like, can you just not be weird for one fucking second and play a sexy party game? And then, luckily for you, I know how to summon the dead because Jules, or not Jules, Nell clued me in on what you need done, or whatever. So, I do think this is funny, is they presumably have their bachelorette party games, and then they close with a Ouija board.
Right?
Like, that's the last thing they do is they light candles, and like, other members of the family, the women, like, other women are present.
And
who she met at the
very
party.
sad that you said Ouija board the way you did, because that's not how you say it. It's Ouija. Ouija board. Throwback to one of our other episodes if you don't know.
You don't know, you don't know. So, they do the ritual. Rachel asks for her great aunt, whoever. All the lights go out. And something attacks Portia.
Slams right into her face.
Yeah. Doesn't break her nose, but, like, cuts it open. And this ends the seance because, you know, Portia's bleeding everywhere, whatever. On the table, it says, the letters have spelled out living dead.
Yeah.
Rachel goes back to the bedroom. She's trying to do the ritual by herself, which they literally tell you not to do, by the way.
Exactly. Very dangerous. Don't open portals.
Well, you're just not supposed to use a Ouija board by yourself.
No, because you open a portal. You open it to, like, come and possess you. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't happen.
Not in this, no, but...
Are you unintentionally spoiling things for me?
No.
Okay,
No.
So Nell comes in, she interrupts it, and she has some whiskey. And they kind of have a heart-to-heart, and she tells Rachel, basically she's overthinking it. Like, she needs to simplify it. She's like, you've loved him for three years. Like, have faith in that. That's still true. So, you know, you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Which I thought was actually really good advice. Obviously, she's a lot more eloquent than I am.
Yeah.
It was a good scene. Nicky, meanwhile, goes into his mom's bedroom and is like, what the fuck, Mom? You cheated on Dad? And she's like, it wasn't like that. But, like, it was like that.
Yeah, I mean, she had a relationship with somebody else. She, fell in love. She cheated. But she chose his dad.
Yeah.
That's who she chose.
And that should be what matters.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing was the relationship happened in between Portia and Nicky's births. Okay? So, is Nicky even a Cunningham? Who knows? Not Becky.
No, I know nothing.
And, of course, his mom has to be dramatic and, like, collapse in the middle of it. She looks dead. Now, I haven't seen the next episode. I don't know if she's dead. She looked dead, though. So that was crazy. And I was like, okay, literally, she died to get out of this conversation. Typical. Because, again, we've talked about
But do you think they'll still go through with the wedding if she is dead? I mean, they were all doing it for her.
Okay, that actually raises an interesting question about the curse and, like, if it's a loophole. If Nikki calls off the wedding.
Well, I don't know. The rules were you had to marry your soulmate by sundown or whatever it is.
Yeah, but... And it's always about the, like, curse bearer calling off the wedding, right? And cursing it. Like, they never talk about the other person. So it's like, if it's an agreed upon thing, is that a loophole?
I don't know.
All right, anyway. So then it cuts to, and this is the other thing that really pissed me off. Nell and Rachel are, like, making out. I was furious.
I know.
Because what if, like, don't be a fucking hypocrite, Rachel.
Well, yeah.
You're gonna start macking on a girl the night before your wedding? Fuck off. Genuinely. Go fuck yourself. And at first, well, I mean, it's kind of implied before you get to the cut of them kissing that they're gonna kiss. Like, you get the vibes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%.
And so when I first saw that, I'm like, oh, Nikki is gonna walk in on them. But yeah. Nikki just went straight to his mom to be like, what the fuck, Mom?
I 100% thought Nikki was gonna catch him.
Which would have been hilarious.
A little bit.
But instead, Nikki is back dealing with his dead, mother. So, I don't know about that. So then, they get ripped apart by Portia. But it's not really Portia. She's, like, possessed. And whatever's possessing Portia says, you wanted to speak to me so bad. I have a little message for you. Something living, something dead, something stolen, something red.
Yeah, because Rachel kept asking, her one question during the whole seance thing was, how did you survive? How did you live when you got married? Well, I'm just saying that Rachel didn't get possessed, but somebody else did. So I wasn't giving a spoiler, I was just saying. Well,
that's the other thing, is they didn't say goodbye at the end of their little seance thing.
No, they didn't. They left it wide open.
And then Rachel also didn't do that.
No.
Which I do want to say, too, there was this thing, and it's similar to what was going on in the episode The Witness, where Death was kind of stalking Rachel. That happened in this episode, except it wasn't Rachel, it was stalking. I think, obviously, Death was trying to prevent the spirit from communicating with Rachel.
Yeah.
But then I'm gendering Death.
Death?
It would be a man. No, I'm just kidding. It seems like it goes into the mom's bedroom, and that's why I'm like, is the mom dead? I don't know. I haven't seen the next episode yet, so I don't know. It was kind of a cliffhanger. I almost watched more. But at that point, James got home, and I was hogging the TV. So I had to let it go.
Let it go.
But I'll finish it up this weekend.
Me too. I'll rewatch it. So then maybe I'm a little more fresh.
James, at the end of this episode, because he'd come home in the middle of the 5th episode and then watched pretty much all of the 6th. And at the end of it, he was like, this show is fucking weird.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like...
100% weird.
And I said, it doesn't help that he got dropped in kind of the middle of it.
Yeah, no.
Not that it's real, like, highbrow stuff. It's pretty easy to follow. Like, obviously, duck out of water, rich family, poor fiancé, weird shit is happening, etc. Like
But it's a weird show.
It
From
is
the very beginning, it's weird. You're like, I think that's what sucked me into it. It was like, literally, what the hell is happening? I'm so confused right now. I've got to watch more because, what?
So here's my question to you. If you learned that you were cursed,
oof,
like this, like Rachel, like say you're in Rachel's shoes, would you risk it or would you run?
I don't know. Because I have a soft heart, so I think the guilt would be really hard for me to, like, I'm going to pass this curse on to a family that really, why do they deserve it? It's...
Counterpoint. You leave. You're cursed with immortality, which sucks, but...
And you have to be the witness or whatever. You have to witness people getting married and then possibly watching them all die,
But
right?
You can marry whoever you want then and not worry about dying.
Can you marry?
Why couldn't
Or are you just cursed to live alone and follow these people?
Well, that's not what the witness said. He said that he was just cursed to be immortal.
But did he say he had a wife?
Well, no.
Or anybody he loved? Because he only talked about the woman that he ran away from.
Yeah, because he said he was a coward and he sucked. But I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know. What would you do?
I'd probably run.
Self-preservation. Self-preservation is a real thing when you face losing your life or... So as a young woman, I would probably be like, I'm out. Good luck. Better find your soulmates. Good luck to you.
Well, this is the other thing, too.
But I wouldn't want to be immortal either. Ugh.
Oh, this is the thing that's interesting to me is even if you... Say you get married and you survive and it's great. Would you have kids? That's crazy to me.
See, I would not if I knew there was a curse.
Yeah.
I would not because that's just really selfish.
Yeah.
And cruel. I'd just let the bloodline die out and then be done.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know what happens then.
Nikki wants kids, though.
Yeah.
And I don't think Rachel will agree with it anymore. Like, full stop, period. Like, say they get their happily ever after, they're not having kids.
I think Rachel has given in so much for Nikki. Like, the whole going to his parents to have the wedding, and then all those people showing up, and putting up with the weird-ass family, and she's given up a lot for him.
Putting up with Portia alone.
Yeah, yeah.
Because God only knows. Someone would have died, and it wouldn't have been me, and it wouldn't have been the mom. It would have been Portia. Under my hands.
Do you believe in soulmates? Like, do you?
No.
See, I don't think I do either. I mean, I think maybe there's someone out there that if you met them, that it would just be like this overwhelming, oh my God, we have a connection, whether it's cosmic or whatever. Because I believe in that kind of stuff, spiritual. But I don't think there's just one person for everyone. I just don't. I don't think there's that.
Yeah. No, yeah. I used to
So I would die if I married anybody.
Yeah.
Because I would not believe that they were my soulmate.
Yeah.
I mean, Vince used to say, you're my soulmate. And I was like, yeah, okay. Roger and I don't really use that word, so.
It's a little bit cringy. I mean, I don't, like, no offense to anybody who believes in it or whatever. It just, to me, oh God, I can't even, like.
And look at James and be like, you're my soulmate.
I can't. No, I can't.
Yeah, it's
just silly. I don't know.
Maybe, I mean, the love of your life, yeah. You really love that person, but a soulmate, like, you are cosmically, I don't know. I mean, maybe there are those that are literally, like, the universe brought them together and they were meant to be. But I think the universe brings a lot of people together that aren't meant to be.
Well, see, I don't think the universe brings anybody together.
You don't believe in fate at all?
No.
See, I do. I believe some things are just meant to happen, no matter how shitty they are. So I'm not one of those that it's a great thing or whatever. But it's just like my dad, when he got hurt and he was having dreams about it. And I'm like, why didn't you run away? Didn't you just quit your fucking job? And he was like, it was going to happen. And I knew it. No matter what I did, I was going to get hurt. So, I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, we got philosophical in this one.
Something, whatever. We still have 2 episodes to go.
Yeah, I kind of want to go home and watch them.
Oh, you're gonna just enjoy it.
I'm gonna keep thinking about that fox, dude.
You're gonna get so mad. You're gonna get so fucking mad. I can't wait.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Shut the fuck up now.
Can't wait.
Well, why don't you just wait while you read The Troop? How about that?
I'm already mad at the troop. Whatever.
It gets worse.
Stupid people. Jesus. Anyway.
We'll have to talk about The Troop maybe when we're done with this.
Okay. It may take me a while to get done with the troop. I listen slowly, but...
And that one you will need the palate cleanser after, trust me.
I'm sure I will. I'm already freaked out.
So, that's going to be it for this episode. Only 2 more to go. We'll be wrapping it up next episode, probably.
All we know is something very bad is going to happen.
Yes, something very bad is going to happen. Today, the pod, tomorrow, the world. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks.